What is the number one thing that mental health professionals will tell you when it comes to mental health issues? Loneliness does not help. So maybe we should solve the loneliness epidemic by encouraging young ladies to get married and have children. It's good for them, it's good for America, and it's good for our future.
So the loneliness piece is the piece that maybe I have the most trouble with quite understanding here. Maybe he's just referring to the fact that women that are upcoming, that are focusing more on their careers and things like this, they are so focused on trying to compete maybe with other men that that's all they're doing, and they're wishing that they didn't have to do this, right? They wish that maybe they didn't have to spend all this time on their career, and wishing that they could start a family, or that they would meet someone to be able to start a family. I don't quite think that the reason for you to have children would just be because you're lonely, but there is something to be said about being, in your 20s and having a family versus, getting to your 20s, your late 20s, your 30s. And I think that is really the time where you start contemplating your mortality, like where is it that you're really going? And if you don't have anyone, especially for a woman during that time, like a boyfriend or a husband, things do start to get a little worrisome, especially for what we talked about before, the childbearing age, and things do become more dangerous, and childbirth does become less likely as you continue to age. So this could be what he's referring to here. I do want to shift gears and share this one video that I found with you guys on the explanation that this woman gives when it comes to why she doesn't want to have children.
I finally realized why I didn't have a desire for kids.
I just want you guys to think about that for a second. It sounds like this is something that she's been thinking about for a while and wondering, like, why is it that I don't have a desire to have children? And it looks like she's been wrestling with that, because she says for a long time she's been thinking about this, and then she finally had a realization about it.
Because I always pictured myself being a mom. I talked to Tony Robbins, and it was in this private little event that he had, and he brought up women that don't want to have kids. And he's like, the reason a lot of women have kids is there's a lack of something.
There's something that I don't quite understand here, right? She says that I envisioned myself always being a mom, but yet I don't want to have children, or I wrestled with the fact that I didn't want to have children. So something is not quite making sense here. And there's two options, right? Either she felt like she needed to be a mom, so she was dreaming about that in some sense, but yet she preferred having her career, or is the other way around. She wanted to establish her career and she couldn't figure out how she could do that while having children.